Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of Psychic Sundays Live with your host, the Queen of Booga Booga, Psychic Sally Diane.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the best hour of the week, Psychic Sundays, the hour that we get to spend with you doing readings. As I tell you again and again, it's always my favorite hour of the week. And looking over the chat, I can see that we've got a lot of people here. Okay. Sorry, we changed our setup a little bit. So now instead of being across from me, the producer is next to me. So I'm distracted again, looking at his screen, which I can't pay attention to. I need to pay attention to you and just chit chat with you folks and start answering your question. But first, I wanted to make a little comment about my readings, because I know that sometimes people will come back to me and say, oh, I forgot this question, or oh, I forgot that question. And I really can't help you after the fact, because when I do a reading, the first thing I do is I make a connection. Like if you're seeing me in person, I'm going to read your palms. And after a couple of seconds, I've made a connection and I kind of drop into a light trance. So I really don't remember anything I've said. When I do readings online, I do a little bit of chit chat until I feel a connection. And then again, I pull out my cards and I start reading. From my perspective, when I do a reading, I say hello to you. I say a few words, and before I know it, it's over. Okay, so again, I don't remember readings, but I am so okay with you guys bringing a list of questions. I'm so okay with you recording your readings. So I hope that all of you come in and see me for a reading, or get a reading online. If you do want to get a reading in person, call the spa near the tracks at 519-272-1293. Or you can visit my website, sallydiane.com. And I just put up my schedule for availability at the spa for the entire summer. So if anytime during the summer you're making a trip to Stratford, visit my website and see if I'm available at the spa that day. Also, if you want a reading in person, send me an email at thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com and we'll get something set up for you. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to get on to our questions. And very first is High Priestess Terry.
No, she's not the very first. The very first is an email question that we got from Cindy.
Oh, Cindy. Oh, I'm sorry,
Cindy is looking for spirit guide messages.
Okay, so spirit guide messages for Cindy. Actually, I feel like I should go to the cards with this one. So let's see what Cindy's spirit guides have to say to her. And think about Cindy. All right. And first you have the Page of Cups reversed. So they are kind of warning you that you're going to get it says an unpleasant a message about your money, about finances. So you might get an unexpected bill or something like that coming up. Okay, Cindy. Yeah, your spirit guides really have something strong to say to you, because I think that they're warning you right here. I know that at first I thought it was a message about money, but they're saying that you need to get the message about money, because it seems like you're not moving forward the way you need to, and you might not be addressing some issues. And if you're not careful, it's going to be one of those things where it ends up too late and you might miss an important deadline. So this is a good time for you to sit down and review everything and make sure that you have everything taken care of. So it sounds like a well-placed warning to me. And thank you for sending an email. And if anybody out there wants to be read right at the front of the show, like Cindy was, just send me an email to thequeenofoogaboga@gmail.com. Okay, so now...
And then send me a reminder email to check her email to print it out.
So now we move on to High Priestess Tarot. And she's looking way into the future, all the way to May. And she wants me to read the runes on what might happen in May. She assures me there's a method to her madness. So let's see what the runes have to say about what's coming up in May. The Victoria Day, Memorial Day, hopefully the return of summer, the opening of some pools. That would all be nice. And for you, boy, they sure did give me a big handful here. Interesting. It looks like a lot of the things that you're setting up, that you have set up, kind of come to fruition in May, because you've got this idea of, victory and harvest and as a situation becoming ripe in a good way. And they're assuring me that it's going to be in a way that you will love. And again, you've got this reference to harvest here, here, and here. So May looks like it's going to be a really good month for you. It looks like you get more blessings than you expect. So you have high expectations for May. And it looks like, on the face of it anyhow, the universe is going to live up to those expectations. Now I want to see these ones that are reversed, because I got a feeling, there's always a fly in the ointment somewhere. And I got a feeling that this is telling me what the fly in the ointment is in May. But overall, you've got all these really good runes, and it looks like May is going to be a stellar month for you. And I think you kind of know it. You're setting yourself up for a few things here. And it looks like your judgment was good there. But let's see what the flies in the ointment are. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the first little fly in the ointment is something from the past is going to come back to haunt you. But you've got change right next to it. Thega's day, it talks about rapid change. So it looks by the time you reach May, you are able to address certain issues from your past or certain demons from your past in a new way. Yes. May's actually a good month for you. It's one that really builds up your confidence. It looks like things are going to turn out the way you want them to. Good for you.
And our next question comes from Kara, who wants to know what's going on in her romance.
Got my little queen bee cup there. It was a present from our producer, Marcy. Thank you. I think it was very fitting. And on to Kara and romance. Oh my goodness. Kara and romance. One of our favorite topics here. Love right here on Psychic Sundays. Okay. Kara and romance. Interesting. Ooh, so far so good. All right, so you ask about romance, and you've got a relationship, but it feels almost like one of those Hallmark movies where it starts off and the first thing he is annoying. And so I do see romance coming your way. And this is something that starts out in the normal way where, you meet, maybe you don't like each other right off the hop, but you end up falling in love in pretty short order. And then the work comes. So you do have love coming your way, but it's not just love, it's something that you can build on. Okay, well, good for you, Kara. Awesome. So who's next? We have Lovely Faye. Can we see what's coming toward me for love in April? Well, Lovely Faye is just skipping right over March. Let's look for Lovely Faye. That's such an interesting name. I wonder how you came up with it. Hey, here's your reading in love. Okay, so we have an end of confusion. We've seen this one before. I'm very happy to see that. So love does come through for you. And you asked about April, and I do see it around April. And this card almost has an Eastery feel. Now, when I looked at this one, this is the illusion delusion card, but it's reversed. So I guess there are some issues, like personal issues within your own mind that you need to settle about romance or attitude toward romance or men in general. And I do see you addressing that. So you might be breaking away from old patterns, old attitudes, because there's a change in you before the love comes in. So I think you are undergoing a change in March. I do see love coming for you in the not too distant future. And you asked about April, and it does have an Eastery feel to it. And it's followed by it's followed by the Three of Wands, which is it's kind of like things coming to fruition, things that you've been waiting for start to come in. So it looks like you've got one coming in that's actually going to go right for you. Okay. Good stuff.
And next we have Box of Crayons.
Oh.
Looking for love, love, love.
Oh, everybody loves love, right? Okay, so I'm going to set these cards aside and pull out the Lenormand just for a little bit. I don't use those nearly enough. They're nice cards. Okay, so Box of Crayons and Love in March. Box of Crayons, Love in March. Set that aside. Okay, so it looks like in March, this month coming up, it feels like you're focused more just on partying and having fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's a good way to meet people or end up in jail, one or the other. But it feels like it works out good for you. There does come a period toward the end of March where you kind of have to settle down and focus in on money issues, because April, your focus changes from fun and love to money and future future stability. Okay, so that's your spring. And then we have the Two Kings. And this talks more about May through August, because it starts in a time where you see the big flowers start to bloom, and that would be May. And so you do have somebody coming into your life, but you still have a little bit of stuff to work on here. May sounds like a right fun month. You have a lot of fun there, but it's kind of when you least expect it and you're least looking for it. And it does feel like early summer. You've got somebody coming in, and this is somebody who's a little bit more substantial than the people that you're usually used to. Okay, so good for you, Box of Crayons. My absolute favorite toy. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Dragonfire. And Joanne. Joanne wants to look at March.
Okay, let's see what March has in store for Joanne.
Yeah, Box of Crayons, the last one you picked was the Skates, so that's kind of a harvest sort of thing. So you've got a relationship that really comes to maturity in the fall. All right, so
while Sally's shuffling the cards there, why don't you hit the old like and subscribe button?
And March for Joanne. March is looking like a pretty good month. You got a lot of red cards. And usually when you have an abundance of red cards, it's more good than bad. And the opposite with an abundance of black cards, of course. Um, looks like March starts out. You've got the card of the serpent, and she just has this feeling like you are going to come face to face with somebody who has been maybe a frenemy, a thorn in your side. It feels like you're dealing with a snake. So March starts off with you standing up to yourself, because it afterwards it ends up with the medal, which tells me that you come out victorious in this situation. So it looks like you face the office Karen, if you will, and come out victorious. Um, March is an action month, and it's a good time to spark stuff, and it's a good time to plant your seeds. So this is probably a good time, especially since you have a lot of diamonds here. March is a good time to explore what other opportunities might be there for you. Also, you've got the this one right here, the moon, and it just has a romantic feel to it. This just seems to be the theme of today. So there's actually a little romance for you too. So winning against the good girl, winning against the mean girl, making your own opportunities, find a little bit of love, and getting what you deserve in a good way. March
And
looks to be a good month for you.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm hoping March is a good month for everybody.
it should be.
Next, we have a vet who wants to purchase a reliable car. And soon.
Ooh, okay. So I actually think, first off, I'm going to take another sip out of my Queen Bee mug. And Yvette, we're going to just see what the runes have to say. Okay, so yeah, the first thing you get is Ken. So it looks like somebody in your family will help you find a car. It reads blessings in the summer and serendipity in May. So I think that you ask when, and soon. I hope May is soon enough. And somebody in your family is going to help you with it. And it looks to be a pretty good card. It shows blessings, it shows happiness, it shows strength and reliability, and a little bit of serendipity there. Yeah. So your answer is yes. I know that you'd like me to say tomorrow, and May might sound like a bit of time to wait, but that's what I see. Or it should be specific, the time of Taurus. They reminded me that Taurus goes from mid-April to mid-May. So you get a car in the time of Taurus. And let's see who's next.
And next we have...
Anna. Oh, I lost
it. Yep. Donna wants to know about Cody moving back in. How's that going to go?
You know, for a grown man, he needs his mother and father's supervision. It just feels like it grounds him in a lot of ways, which is a good thing. There he is moving. And, you know, it almost feels to him like he hit a wall. So he's still kind of, I mean, he's come to a safe place. He's come to a place where he knows he can be grounded and find his center and find his way again, which he definitely needs. He might be a little bit lost, but he also feels like right now he's worried about what's next and what the future holds for him. The High Priestess. And, you know, when I see her, I see you. Because as a mother, you're a lot like that. And you know your children really on a soul level. You understand and know your children. And you can really help him get unlost here. So him moving back home has been the best thing in the world for him. More work for you, though. Boy. Yeah, he is a lot of work. Sonny Boy's a lot of work. Okay, so, it does feel like you can get him on the winning track, but they're also kind of warning me about his friends. You might have to you might have to be careful about who he hangs around with, because now's the time for him to look forward and start cultivating opportunities, not falling back in with old friends and old habits. And I think that's what Mom's here for. Okay, that's all up to you.
Butterfly would like a reading for the next 2 weeks.
Hey, Butterfly. The next 2 weeks for Butterfly. What a nice name. I remember when we were at Psychic Fair, there was one of the front ladies named Papillon, which is French for butterfly. I just thought about her. Okay, so next 2 weeks for Butterfly. Oh, that feels right. Okay, it seems like the next 2 weeks are going to be active. You've got a lot of things thrown at you, and it might be hard for you to kind of organize things and put things in perspective. So this is the next 2 weeks is a time when you need to give yourself time to think things through. So don't let anybody rush you or rush decision making, as you just have too much on the go at once. Oh, but that's nice. You got a flirtation going here. Let's see if you can do anything with it. Oh yeah. Okay, so this kind of makes me wonder if you're seeing love seems to be playing a part here in the next 2 weeks. Are you seeing an old lover, or maybe going on a first date with somebody? Because it just feels like there's a lot of flirtation here. Okay, so I would say that the next 2 weeks looks pretty good. Just like I said, don't let anybody rush you into making a decision. Take your time and think things over, because it just feels like you've got a lot of things in play, and you kind of have to sort those out before you can make a decision about anything. Okay, so next.
Next, we have Dragonfires looking for spirit guide messages.
Ooh, nice. Spirit guide messages for Dragonfire. And I am going to pick up my seed for that. My Rudrashka seed, which is my pendulum. I know a lot of times you go like this with it, but I'm just doing this to kind of get the energy going as far as what Spirit wants to tell me. It's funny because I'm feeling like I'm getting the feeling of spring, and I'm feeling like I'm on a country road in the spring. So I think your spirit guides it feels almost like going home. So this might be a good time for you to go home and connect with your family, maybe visit your hometown. Okay, so that's what your spirit guides are telling you.
Alexa, bark like a dog.
Hound dog. Okay. Glanifa. Hi, Glanifa.
Next serious relationship. No, to be serious.
And we'll work long distance. So would love to know if the guy I am talking to. All right. I see what you're saying. Let's see. Let's see. Ganifa's infatuation. Where will it go? How will this work out? Okay. No matter what happens, something like this where you're just right at the precipice of a relationship and it's like all that anticipation, it doesn't matter whether it fizzles out or not because it's worth it. It's so much fun and it's such a delicious feeling. So good for you on that one. Let's see how it turns out. Well, if you have anything to say about it, okay. A lot of travel. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like it looks like through the summer it does look like it develops into something. There is some travel, there is some visits. So that's good, that's fun. When I look at the Hermit, I get the feeling of September. And so that tells me that right about the fall that's a point in time where you guys sort of make the decision one way or another with the relationship. And that part hasn't been decided yet. But you're certainly going to have fun over the summer with this guy.
Well, it's obvious I'm going to have to stabilize that camera. People think we're going to be living in Turkey. Too soon?
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, hi, cuz. Hi, Toxic Wolf.
Stardust C. Any messages from Spirit's Guides as to when I will find new friends or new love this year? Stardust. In the past 2 months, have you been anyplace new? Have you done anything new? Have you gone to some annual event for the first time? Have you put yourself out there to meet new people?
Okay, so
Now that I'm done lecturing, let's see what Sally's got in the cards.
we'll see what Spirit has to say to you. Although usually he's pretty good. Let's see. Yep, right there you've got the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords talks about messages, but there's also this idea, because swords is air, of getting things going, getting a movement. And the sword people are usually very active people. So he's right. You do need to go out and do some activities. And I get this feeling when I look at the cat that maybe you have an aunt or a mother that's told you the same thing. But, we understand that you're a homebody and you're looking for somebody to put down roots, somebody who's the same kind of homebody that you are. You do kind of have to get out and do a little something, something. It feels to me like it's not going to a bar as being the thing, but more like joining a poetry club or taking a literature class or something like that. I'm getting something really bookwormy. Yeah, Glenifa, you do need to get out. You do need to get out. Even though you are looking for a homebody, you still need to get out. So, sorry, the producer was right. Often is.
What are you apologizing? Like, why are you apologizing on that?
Because I'm Canadian.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, not even through injection.
I've lived here over 20 years. 30. 30. Oh, my goodness.
Wow, look at that. I'm on the 40 mark stretch here.
Okay, so can you tell me, Donna wants to know what's in store for her in March.
Did we already do that? Oh, no, we didn't.
Eggs, bacon, bread, butter, milk. All those things are in the store. All right.
Well, it depends on where you live. If you're in the UK, you might have a hard time finding tomatoes.
Okay, so I did ask about Cody. I'm just getting this. When I look from the Page of Cups to the King of Cups, is sort of this man-child thing. And, the cards did warn you about his friends getting him the wrong way, because it starts out, he's all good to go, and he's looking forward, and he's on his feet, and he seems to be motivated, right? But you get to the end of March, and here he shows up as the King of Cups reversed. So I'm worried about him overindulging, and I think that you might have to put a foot in his nether regions to keep him going in the right direction. Just saying. Also, you've got the Three of Coins, and Three of Coins has to do directly with you in March, where you might find a way to make a little pin money, if you will. And it feels like something you do in your kitchen. You're a creative kind of person, so you are going to find a way to bring in a little bit more cash under the table through a side hustle here in March. Awesome. I am a firm believer in multiple streams of income. Oh, everybody wants to know about March. Well, it's almost
the end of
upon us.
February. What did you expect?
It's almost upon us. Oh, it's so nice to see you, cousin. I always love to see my family on the show.
I'd be
It warms my
surprised.
heart.
I'd be surprised if I was getting Valentine's Day questions now.
Oh, so yeah.
Jessica. And March.
Jessica, I thought we were at Patricia.
Oh, did we already? Oh,
We didn't do Patricia yet.
oh.
I would never forget you, Patricia.
Yeah, but you know what we didn't do yet?
Oh, is it that time?
Yeah, but let's do Patricia's reading first.
Well, yeah, he made you wait long enough. It's not me, it's him. Okay, so you have the Page of Swords, the Eight of Wands. Boy, we get a lot of cards that keep showing up again and again, but in slightly different orders. In March, it looks like you may have put a bow on where you're headed career-wise. It feels like you have the right package there. So coming into March, I guess you are doing something right there, because it feels like you can change your focus to romance. I'll tell you, this spring is really hopping. You can tell it's the year of the rabbit. Okay, so you will find somebody. There is a bit of a love thing happening here. This is why I'm kind of saying a love thing, because they keep wanting me to use the word affair, and I don't think he's I think he might be separated or in the process of getting a divorce. It's like he's not quite single, technically speaking, but it is a lot of fun, and he will be soon. So there you go. Be March.
Well, now it's time for pick three for the coming week.
Yes.
Sally's going to draw 3 cards. You're going to pick one of those ahead of time, and that will be your reading for the week.
Whoops.
Coming up, not the one that's just passed, because you already know about that one. And you made it through it. Congratulations.
All right. So we have card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. So which one is it this week for you? Card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 1, then your card for this week is the Ace of Swords. There's a whole new truth coming out for you this week. The swords bring a new beginning, but it feels like with the Ace of Swords, it's sort of like that one detail you needed, that one piece of the puzzle is going to fall into place for you this week. Did you pick card number 2? Well, if you pick card number 2, then your card for this week is a Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man talks about sacrifices, but worthwhile sacrifices. So it feels like you're making a payment on something or making future plans for your finances this week, and it's a good week to do it. Did you pick card number 3? Well, if you pick card number 3, you got the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is fiery. He does ride forward. I'm not going to say he rides rough, but he does ride determined. And so this week, you are going to be getting a direction. You might have an opportunity coming up or something like that. But something happens that sharpens your focus and sharpens your goals. So this is a good week to make plans for the future. Look for opportunities to come your way and grab them. We all know when the door of opportunity opens, shove your foot in.
Yeah, better that than in your mouth.
Yeah, well, mine ends up in my mouth often enough. Okay, so where are we?
Next, we have Jessica who wants to know about March.
Okay. And yes, Jessica, we'd be happy to give you a general reading for March. Give this one more shuffle. That feels about right. 1, 2, and 3. And Jessica, for March, for you, you've got the 8 of Wands. So you've got, it feels like you've got a lot of travel in March. And then there's that. I just want to move on to the next one. Okay. So one thing that's in March, and it's a real set-apart issue, because these two are optimistic, fast-moving cards. This talks about things moving forward in the area of relationships. This talks about travel, a lot of travel for work, and this talks about forging new opportunities. Then we get to the 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Swords feels like drama. It's basically, these are the positive things that you do for yourself. And if you were an island, your March would be 100% great. But nobody is an island, and this feels like somebody else's poison, somebody else's toxic nature pouring over into you, into your world. And this is not a time to let somebody else's drama suck the oxygen out of the room for you. And I think that's what the cards are saying, that you've got this to deal with, but you have to remember this is somebody else's drama, because you take this out of the equation and you've got somebody who's moving forward. You've got somebody whose life is on fire, which is great in a good way. And that's what I see happening for you. So whoever this unfortunate soul is, don't let their drama take away from you.
That's right. It's your March break.
That's right. All right. And now we move on to
Naya.
And Naya would love a reading for any message about career for this upcoming season. Okay, so Naya and career.
Careers have seasons?
Well, some of them do, but I think that she just means that,
yeah, I guess it's kind of hard.
She probably works seasonal.
It's kind of hard to be a beach bunny in Wasaga Beach in the winter.
Yeah. I mean, one of my jobs is seasonal, and so I understand that perfectly. Okay, so upcoming season. Let's see how this season goes. Naya and career. Okay, so we look at these two things, and it starts out with 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords isn't exactly the nicest card. It really isn't a very nice card at all, but it talks about a passing influence. So I think this is like you were talking about season, and it does talk about you kind of getting to end of your rope where you're so ready for the season to start, and then it starts. So it looks like your season starts just about the time you're running out of steam, and there it starts all over again. But this is going to be a good season. You got the 10 of Pentacles. Must be Stratfordite.
Diamond Girl 225 wants a love reading.
More love. And anybody who would like a reading with me, call the spa near the tracks, 519-272-1293. Or you can go to my website, sallydiane.com, and there's my schedule of upcoming dates at the spa, and there's also a link that you can click to make an appointment directly with the spa without even making a phone call. Okay, so on to Diamond Girl. All right. Whoops, I think I need a basket here.
Who's Anita Basket?
Love reading. Love reading for Diamond Girl. That's interesting. When I see the Four of Coins, it's like you ask about love, but there's something here that you're hoping for and wishing for. There's a wish that you're secretly holding on to. It might be something that you think is out of your reach. For some reason, you're not sharing it with anybody. Let's see. This looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. You know, when you've got the 10 of Coins, that's a real settled down card. You've got something grand here. And you're wishing and hoping for something grand. And all you have to do is wait. So, what I have to say about you and love is you're already working on something. You've already planted the seeds of something. And it will grow. So, yes, love is starting to happen around you. And Pentacles in particular are slow moving. So I think it's going to take a few months for this even to build into something. It's sort of like, I wonder if he notices me. I wonder if he likes me. And it just moves on from there.
And next we have T Hunt. Is this the guy I'm going to be with?
I wonder if is that a good thing or a bad thing? Okay, so T Hunt. Am I stuck with this guy? Let's see. Let's see what cards have to say. Looks like it. You know, I'm sorry for saying this stuck with stuff, because that's not what I'm seeing here. This is, you know, you've got love here. You guys haven't been, you're not completely open with each other yet, but there's something really blessed forming here. So yes, I would say yes.
Well, there we go. Next we got Suzanne. March. Ooh, an organization that's hard to get into. Like, what, the Russian mob?
Secret occults? Secret occult society?
Oh, those were easy to get into. You just gotta know the right dorks.
This is true. Okay, Suzanne. Let's see how things are coming together for Suzanne. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh. Okay, so far, look, you're at least being called in for another interview. Okay, so I know you're going to be called in for another interview. There's something here about the technical knowledge and the technical ability, and they might be looking at your ability to learn, maybe. But they are going to call you in for another interview, and so far it's going quite well for you. So just whatever you brought to that first interview, make sure you bring it to the second one.
And next we have Alicia.
Oh, hi, Alicia. It's
What
so
do
nice
I have to
see
look
you.
forward to this week for my job?
Friday?
Doing other people's work.
Okay, so Alicia. Alicia, you should come and see me in person for a reading. Okay, so let's see how things are going for Alicia this week. So far, so good. Whew. I was expecting bad stuff. It's all good stuff. It's all good stuff.
Why were you expecting bad stuff?
Oh, I don't know. But it looks like the you ask what you have to look forward to. It looks like you're going to whether there's a posting or something, it looks like you're going to be offered a way ahead this week. So if you've been asking for a different position, you might actually get it. But it looks like it's a stellar week for you. A little more money in your paycheck, a little bit more responsibility. He's right about that.
And Alicia, when you come up here for your reading, bring your girlfriends and your mom with you.
No, bring some of your jerk chicken. We miss that so much.
Who is next?
Okay, I think we're looking at Andrea.
Andrea. My mother
mother
is
is
toxic and says that no man would want me and I don't deserve to be a mother. I'm almost 42. Will I have a baby?
That's complicated because you just talked about your problem, right? Sentence number one. Sentence number one. You really need to, I know we love our parents and we think that going no contact with them is drastic and horrible, but this is undermining your ability. Unless you get with a man, you literally can't have a baby. And I don't know what your mother's problem is, but you need to get yourself some distance from her.
Well, she told you
right?
she's toxic.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can't have that.
If you keep toxic people in your life, don't expect them to change.
Or your life to change.
That's right.
Ooh, but there is potential here. Yeah, you see, it's not like you don't have men interested in you. Your mother makes you think that, but you've got guys interested in you. Okay. So, you need to ask yourself, and I think you're pretty close to this point. When I look at that Four of Cups, like Four of Cups, right side up, is dissatisfaction, is not getting what you want, life not offering you what you want. But when it's turned upside down, that turns around too. And, first off, I know that you have men that are interested in you. You have men that are interested in you. You can do the sort of things that will get you a baby. You're 42 years old. And so you're still, I know that's getting on in years, but there's women that are having babies in their 50s. And crazy what's her name? Bridget Nelson? She had 2 of them in her 50s. So, don't worry about the age or anything. I'm most worried about your mother. And I think even if I said nothing, you'd still cut her out. because you already realize this. You're just looking for confirmation. And yeah, it's your mom, and your mom is undermining your confidence, so you don't even notice when men are interested in you because you don't believe that men will be interested in you. When I see two perfectly good men who are interested in you right now as we speak. So, yeah, learn to turn a deaf ear to your mom because she's just ruining your love life for you.
Yeah, ladies, you have absolutely no idea how fucking ugly you have to be for no man to be interested in you.
Oh. And she's not ugly. She's not ugly at all. She doesn't just have men interested in her. She's got high quality men interested in her.
All right, so ditch the mom, get the guy, have a good life.
Yeah.
She brought you into this life. That's all that was required. Hey, where are we now?
Okay. So
Stardust has another question. Sorry, Stardust, we don't do health questions. Go see your doctor.
absolutely.
Doctors scare you. Why? All they do is talk to you. You can ignore them.
Well, doctors don't scare you. What they might say to you scares you. You know, it's kind of like a Schrodinger's cat. You know, it's Schrodinger's cat. The theory is that if you put a cat in a box for 30 days, if on day 29, until you open that box, you can consider that cat alive. So if you've got something horribly wrong health-wise, until you see a doctor and get confirmation, you can deny it. So it's basically a Schrodinger's cat kind of situation, which isn't doing you any good. Go see your doctor. If you're lucky, you'll get to see a young doctor. Okay.
Next.
Okay.
Andrea, just ask Bill. The worst he's going to say is no. And if he laughs at you, just kick him in the nuts.
But he's not going to. You've got Carrie's mom there. You know, just have a little bit of confidence. You know,
Suzanne, I don't think you should be holding up celebrities as far as when they're having childbirth. They're not really natural people now, are they?
why I did. Bridget Johnson? No, Bridget Jones. No, that's not Bridget
Janet
Jones.
Jackson?
Not Janet Jackson. Bridget Nelson. Bridget Nelson.
Yeah.
The blonde.
Yeah.
She got pregnant twice in her 50s.
No, I'm not.
Adrienne Barbeau had baby in her 50s.
Right. Yeah. Celebrities.
Yeah. So anyhow, folks,
Who's next?
I think that did we answer everything? Okay.
I think we answered everybody's question.
I think we did too. Which is
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I came across some kind of an interesting blurb regarding Selena Gomez giving up social media because of some feud with Haley Jackson.
Oh yeah.
So I mean Haley Bieber. Who the hell is Haley Jackson?
I don't know.
Let's do a little reading there
yeah.
on that love triangle that everybody's still interested
What,
in.
Selena Gomez and Bieber?
Yeah, and the Biebers.
And you ask either one of them, they're going to go, no, and mean it too. They don't want to go back there. Okay, so Andrea wants to know if Bill is interested in you. Okay, you know what? Let's look at that. Let's look at how Bill feels about you. So what do you think, folks? Should we do the tarot or the Lenormand for her?
The runes.
The runes? Okay, well, there we go. The runes for Andrea. Is Bill interested in me? Let's see what the runes have to say about
I should
it.
stop. Bruce's cards.
Bruce's card. No, they're more for career, though.
Not in this situation.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the runes.
I'm tempted to pull out Peter's cards.
Oh no. Okay, let's just see if Bill's interested in you, and I'm going to do my friend's runes because I had it. Yeah, I would say yes. The ones that are turning up right here, you've got this two-way love relationship. So there is two-way love here. This is something, if you have a good relationship, the total exceeds the sum of the parts, and that's what you have here. With you and Bill, it does look like you guys could complete each other in a very nice way. It looks like this is something that could move forward. So you should at least make eye contact and smile to encourage him to talk to you. Don't be scary. Yeah, this is something that could really grow into something. This could be a very productive relationship. And there you've got the thorn in your side, and I just know who that one is. There it is. You are so right about your mother. She blocks you. She undermines you. She undermines your confidence. She does everything in her power to keep you exactly where you are. And I'm sorry that she wants a companion. You're an adult. You're a full-fledged human being. She needs a chihuahua to torture.
Yeah, tell Bill about her bullshit right off the bat. Don't let him find out the hard way. Prepare him right off the bat.
Yeah, she's toxic.
Because unfortunately, your mom's attached to your hip at the moment.
Yeah.
So any man that's dating you is gonna have to deal with her.
And you have to have a willingness to cut her out and choose yourself and relationships over her. It's just the way it is. Good. It's good night, Stardust. Thank you so much for tuning in.
See you next Sunday.
Yes. See, and your mom's just doing her, and it seems like it's been her way. But all the good love things are here for you. Yeah. And I love to see that one. That's that indicates possibility of pregnancy, which is what you want. All the bad runes have to do with your mom. You really do need to cut her out. It's you're not the first person. Yeah, give your mom a cat. That's right.
Yeah. A wild cat.
A bobcat. Polecat.
A pregnant cat. That way it's a project.
A feral one. There you go.
Well, folks, that's it for us tonight.
We're going to watch Curse of Oak Island.
Are we going to watch Curse of Oak Island?
Yes, we are.
All right, well, that sounds good to me.
Love you guys. Look forward to seeing you every week. See you next week. Have a good one.